G'day, we're the Tassie Travellers, and we just thought we'd come on and do this introductory video so you got to know a little bit about us, just a little bit of our backstory, just so that you know who you're looking at. I'll start off. My name's Dwayne, and I grew up in Western Sydney, so in the Hawkesbury area, if you know that area at all, around just on the foothills of the Blue Mountains, a beautiful spot. I left Sydney when I was about 21, moved around a bit, ended up here in Tassie, and I've been here almost 20 years, so almost a local.
You are. And I'm Kelly. I've lived in Tassie all my life. I've lived on the Tamar River. Basically all my life. When I was about 18, I moved down to Hobart just for a couple of years. Came back up north because north is better. So I haven't really moved around much at all.
So we'll tell you a little bit about our life together, which started a little over 8.5 years ago. We each had a child to previous marriage when we got together. We got married pretty quick and decided to, because you know we were getting older, so we thought we'll have a couple of kids, and that worked out quite well. We got the kids that we wanted. We've got a boy 7 years old, and a girl who is 5. The boy's name is JJ. You want to tell them a little bit about JJ?
Justice, we had a bit of a rough go with Justice. He was diagnosed with autism I think he just turned 3, hadn't he? So we've done a lot of early intervention work, and yeah, he's doing really well. But he still has his struggles, and he does quite well with travelling, but also he does still struggle with aspects of that too.
It's changing too as he gets older,
yeah.
So we're getting new challenges as time passes.
Yeah, he also has been diagnosed with ADHD, which also has its challenges, but
when you combine them,
yeah,
quite some interesting challenges. So that's where we're at with our kids, 7 and 5.
And Faith, she's full of life, loves the camera, so you'll see quite a bit of her.
So both of us, when we got together, had been travelling a lot internationally. We love travel. I love travel. Kel especially loves Queensland. I'd lived on the Gold Coast, so I wasn't as big of a fan of the Gold Coast as Kel, but it's still one of her favourite places. And when we got together, we discovered that we'd each been to the United States. I'd been once and Kelly been a few times before we got together. So we had that mutual interest in travel. But it wasn't until we did a road trip on the mainland to visit some of my family that Kel got a taste of the road for the first time. And I remember that first day, Kel, that we were on the road. We hadn't even got to the Victorian border, and you were saying, "Are we there yet?" Very Tasmanian.
Yes, yes. I had never driven in a car for that long before, and true Tasmanian mentality. You know, if you drove from here to Hobart, you almost need to stay overnight, and that's really only 2.5 hours away.
But I guess that's what started our interest in road trips. So what did you like about it?
Oh, I just love all the different countryside, and I'm really adventurous. I love doing fun things. I love, swimming with dolphins and seals, and anything that I can do with wild animals I absolutely adore. I love the coast, and just experiencing and seeing new things. I love it. Can't get enough of it.
Excellent. So over the last 2 years, 2019 is when we got this van that we're sitting in now, our Road Owl. We really love it. We started our major travels, and we did our first big trip, got as far as Darwin, sort of did a big half lap over about 4 months, 3.5, 4 months.
And we went up the east coast, and then up to Darwin, and then down through the centre. That's
right. And love that. So immediately we started planning for the next year, because we're in a position where we can do that. We both work remotely, so as long as we've got an internet connection, we're pretty right. We discovered that some places don't have a very good internet connection, so that gave us some time off work. So on our second trip last year, things were starting to heat up with COVID, and we just got out of Victoria in time before that big thing blew up, and we're heading north. We had to change plans really quickly, and our original plan was to head over to WA, but because they were so strict on their border, we didn't get there. So we went back up to Darwin, where we knew very well, and we stayed there, and that border never actually did open. So we had to do a bit of pivoting around, change our holiday plans, Kel. I'm glad I got you, because you're our holiday organiser.
Yeah, I do love to plan and organise. But yeah, we ended up staying in Darwin for 5 weeks, just hoping desperately that we would be able to get into WA. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So our next trip, which is the one we will hopefully shortly go on, depending on the WA borders. Yeah, we're really excited about that. We hope to spend about 6 months touring around WA. We've got lots of things planned. One of which is the whale sharks, swimming with the whale sharks at Exmouth. I'm really super excited about that. And there's
It was such a shame to have to cancel that. We had it booked, paid for, and we had to cancel it because we could not get over that border. But we're really looking forward to getting in and exploring that region. In the meantime, we're doing a few shorter trips too, so we're going to share some of those. Those will be the first videos that we put up, and they may not be regular videos until we hit the road, which could be another 4 or 5 months time. Could be sooner, depending on how the borders go. We have to see how we go with that. But we're looking forward to sharing more of this next trip with you in particular, as that happens in a few months' time. But hope you enjoy the videos that we put together for you in the meantime. Maybe not so much video that we would have liked on our first 2 trips, but we'll see what we can put together for you from the archives.
Yeah.
So the way you can support us is just subscribe to us on YouTube, hit the notification bell. We've also got an Instagram page. You can follow us there. You can also follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page. We'd love to share some of our travels with you and some of your passions for travel as well. It'd be really nice to interact with you and meet like-minded people who love hitting the road and get itchy feet every time they stop. So that's pretty much us.
And the reason why we don't travel full-time is our kids really, really love school.
That makes
it makes
hard.
it really, really hard. If they didn't like school, we'd love to be travelling full-time. But so we do actually have a base, and we do like to, maybe travel, half the year, and the other half we like to be home and give the kids some stability. And yeah, they just love school, so we don't want to take that away from them.
Yeah, and because they're getting older, this next trip may be the last chance we have to do a really big explore of that region and spend a good chunk of time away, because JJ might just be getting a little bit old to spend that much time away from school if we have him in school. And I think things can change. We're very fluid. We like changing our plans, we're very good at it. So
very good at pivoting.
So thanks for listening. Drop some comments below. Love to hear from you, and look forward to sharing our travels with you. Catch you later.
And if you see us on the road anytime, feel free to come and say g'day. We love meeting new people.
Sweet.
Bye.